Hi guys, it is Coach Linnea here, and I'm going to get you guys ready for your mobile app orientation. So now, whether or not you guys are doing one of our challenges that we have over the course of the years, or you are just a new member with us who is going to be doing the mobile app from home or from your local gym, this is the meeting that you need. So we set up a Zoom orientation or a live just like this, so that you're able to learn what our app has to offer, and then you are able to then use it to your best ability when you're away from us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sharing my screen so that you can see and have your phone with you, so that you have an idea of what the app is going to look like when you're there at home. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Hopefully all of you can see this. All right, so welcome to the JE Fitness mobile app orientation. We're going to get you going. So at this point right now, everybody should have already had an email sent to them with an ability to download this app. You were to then answer a series of questions so they have a better idea of what you're looking for. So like I said, making sure everybody downloaded it, whether you have an Apple phone or an Android, and then of course our pillars. We are always taking into consideration your fitness, once again, giving you accountability by having the mobile app, and then your nutrition as well. All right, so in order for you to get full access to your workouts, this is what you're gonna need to know. You're gonna make sure that you have your app entirely set up, and that way you are good to go. So like I said, you would have downloaded our mobile fitness app. You would have then set up your account already, and then you are going to see if you have any issues with me on here today. All right, this is what the consultation form would have looked like. Here, we're looking for you to give as many honest answers as you can. Once you complete your registration form, then you are done. There's going to be a waiver for you to sign as well within the app. All right, welcome to the dashboard. So on the bottom of your phone, you're going to see a couple different tabs. We're going to go to the very first one on the left. This is going to be your dashboard. This is where you're going to find all of your information. This is going to be your upcoming sessions, whether you are a part of a group challenge or not. This is where you're going to kind of see where your groups are, any photos and any achievements. All right, that's bottom left. Our next one, you'll see where this red circle is. This is going to be your program. So this is where you'll see a week's glance ahead of what we have in there. This is just going to give you different options for any workout that you're looking to do. Maybe you really like one and you want to go back and do it. So this is going to be your exercise library. Okay, that is going to be under programs. This one is my favorite tab. So middle tab, this is going to be your calendar button. This is where we like most of you to look. Why? Because when you are busy throughout the week and you don't know what is needed, you're going to go specifically to that day of the week. So let's look at this. Thursday, the name of the workout is already going to be on there for you. Friday, you can look ahead. It's going to say that you have some walking you need to do, and then also a little challenge workout. And then you can see maybe it's a little bit lighter for your weekends. It all just depends on the communication you give your coach or what the challenge may entail. All right. Moving on to the next one. This is the messenger tab. So when we're doing challenges or we're your coach on here to use the mobile app, this is where we want you to communicate to us. Why? Instead of texting, sometimes that gets lost, or one of us is training or with a client. If you message us in here, all of our conversation will be saved, and I'm going to have a notification to make sure I go into this and respond, either me or my 3 other coaches. So what you're going to have is down here, you're going to see this little JE icon. What this will have is actually your coach's face in this circle. So you will be assigned to a coach. This typically happens after your assessment, if you're with us in person, or if you're doing a challenge with us, you'll automatically have a coach assigned to you, and you'll get to see their little face here. So take a second. If you want to, you're more than welcome to try to message your coach in the app to make sure that they got it. And all you'll say is mobile app messenger check, and they'll know to say, hey, I got it from you. All right, beautiful. Moving into the next one, this is going to be your more tab. This tab is where you're going to find like your app extras. You are going to be able to link either your Fitbit, MyFitnessPal, which will have you do, or your Apple Watch. Typically it says Facebook, but it's only if you want the outside world knowing that you are working out using this. Otherwise, that is not a requirement. We typically like you to sync your MyFitnessPal and your Apple Watch or your mobile device to this so that we know what you're doing outside of being with us. So instead of you having to go in manually and do it, a lot of times it'll automatically do it for you. All right, so you'll find that in the bottom right in the More tab. All right, your workout program now. Let's get it going. So back to my favorite tab, which is the calendar tab. For example, up here on the top, you're going to see Thursday. You're going to see blood flow interval. See the red arrow pointing to the kettlebell, this little guy right here? Once you click on that kettlebell, you're going to have your entire workout be pulled up. So let's click on that guy. What you're going to see now, here's an example of your phone, is you're going to see a series of exercises and you'll see the name of the workout. You'll see how many sets you have to do. You'll have an idea if you need dumbbells, and you'll be able to scroll through this. So sometimes our clients ask, well, how do I know what I need? This is the perfect time to figure that out. Before you push your start button, you're going to go to the workout and you're going to get to scroll through it. It'll either say dumbbell or BOSU. Sometimes it's just going to be body weight if it's a challenge because it's based off of what you have at home, and that's okay. Once you're ready to go, then you're going to push that start button. That's when your timer is going to kick in. So in order to make sure that everybody is going to succeed and they have a good understanding of what's going to be asked of them, every exercise not only has a video demo, but it's also going to have a written description and a verbal cue happening at the same time. So for example, you'll see this one, it'll say the exercise, it'll say dumbbell front squat, it'll explain how you do it, and then it'll also show you the reps and the weights suggested. But if that is still confusing, or maybe you've never done one before, which we do, we'll sneak some in there, you're gonna push the play button and you'll take a couple seconds so that you have a better idea of what we're asking of you. And at that time, if you still don't understand, pause that workout, message us in the app, and we will get back to you as soon as we can so that we can give you a better understanding. All right, let's get to the next one. So once you start that workout, you're going to have a couple different types of workouts. One could be a timed-based workout where it's just going to be the timer counting down and you need to be working for a certain period of time. Another one would be more of a reps-based workout. At that point, you're going to be doing a specific movement for a specific amount of repetitions. And then the last one, it could also give you some weights as well. So the more information you give us, the better, because then I'm going to be able to progress your program. We don't want you always maintaining the same weights. Now, I understand if that is all you have access to, but that's how we switch the modalities. And what that means is we're able to switch maybe the time frame of work or the amount of repetitions in that time frame that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so if we give you a workout where we just want you to do a certain reps and sets and you have weights at home, see these red arrows, put in the weights that you use. We want to see you progressing. We want to see you adding in what you're capable of. All right, here we go. Next one, very important. We want to make sure that we push the save button. If you don't push this down here, you better believe it's going to look like you did nothing for that day. And one of us coaches are going to be coming after you saying, Bobby, Susie, where were you today? It's Thursday about 8 o'clock at night and you told me you were going to wake up and do that workout. If you don't push the save button, it'll look like you did not do that workout for today. All right. The last thing after you push that save, you're going to do completing your workout. You are going to rate the workout. And I can tell you, some people don't care about this, but it's going to drastically change how hard your workout is if you're not honest. So you're going to rate us 1 to 10. It's not necessarily rating us. It's about the prescription of the exercise that we gave you for that day. Not every workout should be a 10. Not every workout should be a 3. And that's something that you'll communicate with us. But I want you to make sure that you're going to be honest so you give us a better understanding of what we need to prescribe and program going forward. All right. Once you do that, you're going to push the done button, the blue one here at the bottom. All right. This one, I really want you guys to listen and understand. So many of you do such a fabulous job of getting out on your own, whether it's swimming, biking, running, hiking, walking, or swimming. It doesn't matter, or playing paddle tennis. We want to see the other exercise that you are doing. During your workouts with us, we typically will program for either 3 days in person or 3 days on the app with an additional core and mobility or cardio days. So the other days, what are you doing? We want to see a little bit of your personality. We want to see what your interests are. So what you're going to do is right above your messenger button, you're going to see the little plus icon. When you click on this guy, you're going to be able to enter in your own freestyle workout. Now, this means you're going to have this drop-down tab of the above options. This means you can click on workout. It'll take you to that program tab where I said your library of exercises are going to be stored, or I should say your workouts will be stored. Otherwise, underneath that, you'll get to choose activity. You could choose walk, running, biking, swimming, hiking, elliptical, treadmill. You'll have a variety of options that you can add in your time or your calories or your distance. So I want to make sure that you're adding in any unseen work on our part. The other one is photos. Maybe you got a new piece of equipment. Maybe you worked out with a buddy, or you went to a park, or you had to improvise for that day. Show us so we have a better idea of what we can do better for you next time. The last one is body stats. If you ever want to add in an additional time of you weighing yourself, feel free. You are more than capable of, updating your weight during the week. All right. And then once again, make sure you're completing your workouts. After you've rated those workouts, they're going to be shown on the screen. You can then make sure that we have an idea of how many total workouts you were able to complete. So it'll show you some different personal bests and rewards for you getting so many done as well. All right, the accountability and coaching, that's where we come into play. So there are 3 different types of accountability. 1 is going to be the one-on-one. 2, some of you are going to be doing our group challenges where we couple our nutrition with our exercise. And that's where you're going to kind of see some of our groups on here too. And then obviously we have our progress pictures. Now, when I say progress pictures, I don't want you to feel insecure. Once again, this picture is only permitted between you and the coach. We would never put something out there that you are not comfortable with. We only put pictures out there if you give us permission. Otherwise, sometimes you're not seeing the scale change, but the outside of you is changing. I really do suggest that you take advantage of taking personal photos for yourself, whether it's on just your phone or within the app. It'll give you a sense of accomplishment, because when the scale's not moving, which it doesn't move that fast in the beginning, you'll start to see just an external change. All right. Typically, we ask you to do a reassessment at either the beginning or the end of the challenge, or if you're in person with us, we reassess every 8 to 12 weeks. So a lot of times you won't see a change until about 8 weeks. The outside world will probably start seeing a difference in 12. So don't be alarmed if it's not really quick. We want you to be able to gain muscle and build up the weight that you're losing so we don't become flabby. We want to gain muscle here. All right, your coaches. So there's a fabulous team of 4 of us. Once again, Coach Jackie and myself. And then we also have Coach Becca and Coach Nicole. They will all be here and able to have you message them if they are your coach. Through this app, you're going to be able to do all sorts of communication. I've already said this twice, whether it's through the Messenger app or through the challenge apps. When I say challenge, it'll be in a group message with maybe a group challenge that you're participating in. So then you'll get to see all the different tips and tricks that everybody's doing during the week. Now, if you are doing a challenge with us, this is the place to ask your questions. Not only do a lot of our clients do continual challenges with us so that they might have some good insider details or insider experiences, definitely message all of your questions in here, because if you're asking me one-on-one, somebody else is going to have the same question and we might have already answered that, and you might have had 3 other people's advice within that. So make sure you put your information in there. And then this is what it'll look like. If we're doing a group, I know we have a back to school burn going to be happening up here shortly. We always have different ones throughout the year, March Madness. This is where you'll find your group name, and then you'll be able to write those messages in there, or I should say type those messages in there. All right. And then before and after photos, you are more than welcome to take those at any time. These will be just for you. These are just a couple examples where we really get to see the changes. Always doing a frontal, side, and a back view. You'll see different parts of your body change faster than the others. And then what does this app do as far as nutritional capabilities? So what we typically have our clients do, if you have not already done it, we ask you to download MyFitnessPal onto your phone. And what this will do is either before or after a challenge, or before or after your assessment, we like to really coach you guys on what your calorie count should be, so what you should be consuming each day, and what your macros are. I know sometimes I quiz people in person about what your macros stand for, but as a reminder, your macros are your carbs, fats, and proteins. And for each person, we really try to make sure that we're putting you at a proper either calorie count or calorie deficit, and then certain percentages for those macros as well. Your coach would be the one that you are connecting to or asking one-on-one. We don't want you going to a bunch of different people. We want one person giving you all that guidance, because they are going to know you best. And we want to make sure that we can give you as much feedback as we can. All right. So if you have not downloaded MyFitnessPal before, it looks like this little blue jumping character. It is a sponsored Under Armour app, so that's another little giveaway. And then what we typically ask you to do, whether this lines up ahead of time before a challenge, or if this is your first time being an online mobile app client with us, we typically ask you to track your food for 7 days. Why? Because we want to see your habits. We want to see if we're going to give you a nutritional plan, what's going to work best for your schedule, or what things we should be already adjusting based on knowing what you're currently doing. All right. Believe it or not, that MyFitnessPal app will sync to our JE Fitness mobile app. So whatever you enter into MyFitnessPal will automatically get uploaded into our app. So no, you do not have to add all your information in twice. Actually, the JE Fitness app won't even have a spot for you to enter in your food. That is why these apps partner together. So we want you to use MyFitnessPal to give us all of your food and daily intake. All right. All right. When you are in MyFitnessPal, and if we have not done this with a coach, this is typically what we do. On the home screen of MyFitnessPal, and if you want to take a second to pull up your phone, feel free to do that. Once you have MyFitnessPal pulled up on your phone, you're going to click on the very bottom right icon, and that's going to say the More tab, or the More button. Once you click on that tab, you're going to go to Goals. It'll be about the 6th tab down, and you're going to click on that. Once you click on that tab, you're going to see a top portion and a bottom portion. The bottom portion is going to be nutritional goals. So that'll be what you see here, your calories, carbs, proteins, and fats. That button, you are going to click on it, and it should look like this. So this is where we need to really set your calories and then your macros, your carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And as you can see on here, excuse me, you're going to be able to see their calories are set to 2,400, and then their carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are at certain percentages. Typically, this is where we put a lot of our individuals, but it will depend on your activity and your weight. All right, nutritional support. So everything that we get is from a dietitian approved recipes, along with our meal plans, and then some of our supplements as well. Once again, are things that are definitely FDA approved and that are on the market that are recommended to, providers. This is going to be an example of a typical meal plan that we would give one of our clients. For our challenges, it might look a little bit different depending on if those challenges have supplements in it. As of right now, our partnership is with Zalevo. So if you're not familiar with that, feel free to reach out to your coach. If you have not had a good explanation of what those products entail, but sometimes those will be worked into these meal plans. All right, the next one, this is just sometimes a cheat sheet. It allows you some different ideas of what breakfast, what should lunch, and what should dinner look like. So you're able to pull a protein, you're able to pull a healthy fat, a carbohydrate, and a veggie, and make your meals kind of look in sync. Now, this won't always be what you're doing if it's a challenge, but if you're at home and maybe one of our mobile app users, this is a really good guide for you to have an idea of what should be expected of you. All right. And like I said, Zalevo, this is our partnership right now. Why did we choose them? What's really nice about them is all of their product is based out of New Zealand. And why is New Zealand so good? They have no pesticides and no GMOs where they harvest and grow all of their produce and crops. So this is one of the safest places to consume your produce. So we have a couple different options when we're working with Zalevo. We have protein shakes, we have a pre-workout. We definitely have a lot of stress support, probiotic, and definitely gut health. And one of the biggest collections that we really ask our clients to start with is the Burn Plus collection, because it'll give you a wide base of all of these supplements. And this is definitely something that we could give you more education on going further. But for those of you who are in the challenge, hopefully you either got your Burn Plus collection or the Ultra. It all just depends on what challenge you are in with us. And guys, guess what? That concludes our mobile training and our fitness app. Once again, if you guys have any questions, please let us know. Just like your phone or you're getting a new device or tablet, there's a learning curve. It's going to take some time. By no means should this be consuming your day or stressing you out. If you're with your trainer or if you're strictly remote, please message us. We have no problem going back through any one specific area. Otherwise, play around with it, make it your own, and we look forward to tracking your success on the app. Good luck, guys.